Long time no see. Long time no see. It's been a while. I've been lost in places I shouldn't. I haven't been as creative as I would like to, but I went this down this hole where I thought promoting my art was more important than the art itself. So that's over now for good. I'm so happy I got out of it. It needs a whole new video to talk about this. But today, I want to get back to the sanctum in this form. So I will read for the ones who do not like to read or prefer maybe the video or audio format. The Zola Jesus Arkhon review, which is not something new, but it's something I love. So I just preferred to go back to it with something I love. So Arkhon is comes from the word Arkhon or Arkhondas, which means leader or king or let's say something like that. So let me read you the review. Zola Jesus departs from the tension of Okovi, from the pop nerve of Taiga, which is the album that got me into Zola Jesus and got me into making my own music project, inspired me absolutely. And she steps into a world where all pain is soothed and all pain is exorcised through renegade heavenly pieces that feel less constructed than ever. Zola Jesus is letting go of everything in this album. Lost is where it all starts, and it makes sense, for only the lost are completely free of all that bind into the state of knowing. Everyone I know is lost, flare gone missing, turning dark. We are called to forsake all that we've got over huge primal percussion and distorted echoing chants, a travel to a time when humanity was closer to the wilderness. And we'll talk about the wilderness later. And sometimes don't you bite like a wolf, she sings, bit out of spite, but mostly just because you could. The dramatic keys and bass of The Fall, combined with a powerful beat into a dance anthem for modern witches, a transcending pop trip to enjoy under the pitch black sky and the almighty moon. The concept of surrender is exalted in the redemptive undertow, my personal favorite, where the message is clear, echoing to eternity. Take all you know into the undertow. If you let it go, it will give you all you want. For everyone who's learned that giving over to the flow of life is the only way, and it is, undertow is a Bible. For nothing good comes out of trying to control the parameters outside of us. The only thing we can control is ourselves and how we react to things, of course. Even though Danilova's vocal power is crushing as always, her performance feels less commanding than one would expect from Zola Jesus, making her sound like a prophet, like a soft power. Into the Wild explores self-doubt under the veil of velvet, smooth, delicate expression and fitting, enchanting instrumental that resembles a night in the woods. And you will notice that as soon as you listen to the song. Mystical yet human, the track feels like punching our walls of fear as we try to embrace what's truly right for us, regardless of what we've learned to bear since forever. Bright, hopeful, and cinematic strings and horns announce the dawn of a new day, as we are witnessing the artist's inner dialogue before she leaves love behind. Dead and Gone holds the last drops of doubt, the uncertainty before the inevitable course of time is let to do its job, leading us to the next chapter. Dead and Gone feels like the sky-high gates of heaven opening before us illuminating everything with a thick white light, bathing us with our unknown future. On the contrary, the devilish galloping soon breeds Ladytron's nerve in Velocifero with cans from But for Lashes, Natasha Khan, otherworldly vocals in her Sex Switch project. Maybe the darkest, most fiery moment in Arkhon, similar to Okovi's Veka or even Exhumed. This indisputable gem goes among the Sanctum's top 3, together with Undertow. Um, Now, Desire comes as fragile and uncovered as open wounds, begging for passing time to heal. Shining in its minimalism, this one manages to offer abundant emotion through keys and raw vocals only. Even though, in the case of Danilova, putting the words vocals and only in the same sentence sounds like a crime. A moment of silence before we move on. Now, a moment of truth. As a fan says Conatus, I need to admit that I've never cried listening to Zola Jesus until Fault, which single-handedly justifies the stage name Jesus. Zola Jesus is absolving us of our guilt and faulty human nature with her godly sermon piercing through every cell of our bodies as she sings, "It's not your fault." Through her healing divine tone, we are offered the altruistic love, care, and forgiveness that only God or parents can give. If a day of reckoning would ever happen, Fault would be the soundtrack to the ascension of our souls. Little before the end, the tingling ephemera, or ephemera in Greek, meaning passing, ephemeral or passing, it leaves me with kind of mixed feelings somewhere between happiness, wonder, and confusion, while the melancholic can't do that anymore. Sounds like the most fitting closure for this LP. Chalk it up, we can't change anything in this dumb place. This song is about accepting that life is life and the world will keep on spinning with or without us. The latest photos by the James Webb Telescope, that's how old this blog post is, showing creation little after the Big Bang, come to seal Zola's statements, and all we can do is bow to this random mystery called life, and of course to Arkhon, which is fighting against Okovi for the throne in Danilova's discography. As the owner of the Sanctum, I grab my privilege to speak not as a music blogger, but as a fan and the artist Corfian. Witnessing the art of Zola Jesus for many years, I feel lucky and blessed to have come across her music, proud of her journey and accomplishments. Arkhon is a brave next step that expands her signature sound and reflects her emotional maturity, both as a human and an artist. Dear Nika, I can't thank you enough for being there for me, for awakening Corfian in me, for showing me that it's okay to create in my own terms. Always remember that your listeners could not be more thankful for living in the era when Zola Jesus is active and blooming, forever an icon. All the best. Love you.